What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at the oh, we're on the wrong page here. We're going to be taking a look at the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan EZA here. So the advantageous category is going to be the Android Cell Saga. Not surprising at all. And then, as per usual with the LR EZAs, you want to make sure to bring as many LR characters as possible. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. Oh, that's just his card there. So we've got, yeah, the Android Cell Saga category, not nearly as good as the Kamehameha category that is coming out, or that's the category that you want to use to EZA this Int Perfect Cell, right? Much better. That one's going to be much easier to do. So for that reason, I would say you probably want to do the Gohan EZA first, because there's a ton of different teams that you can use to beat that EZA. So you don't necessarily need to use him as a leader, where I feel like on this team, you're much more limited in your options, right? Like the amount of LRs is just so low. You might not be building a full LR team for this EZA. So at least having the LR cell already EZA'd is going to help you out a lot, I think. Okay, yeah, so with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at what team build options we got. Or first, we'll take a look at all the best characters, and then I'll be showing you some team builds that I put together at the end. So the very first unit that we've got is the AGL Transforming Cell. He is a perfect option for this, because he's a full 170 lead for Android Cell Saga, and then any Android's characters are going to get the additional 30% for his leader skill, which is awesome. You can definitely build a full Android's team on this, right? So he can be a very good leader for this. He himself is not going to be dealing that much damage, considering he's not an LR, and because this unit kind of does have to ramp up and stuff and keep transforming turn after turn, right? But he's got some dodging built into his kit and stuff, so he should be fine. But yeah, certainly for his leader skill, he will be usable. So then next up we have the Int LR Perfect Cell. Obviously, so before Extreme Z Awakening, he's got the 170% leader skill, and then after Extreme Z Awakening, it goes up to 180%. So obviously, if you have him Extreme Z Awakened already by the time you're doing this EZA, then he will be amazing. But if you don't, he is still a really good option for leader, because you can use any of the units on the category, you know, under the 170 portion, and then you'll be able to run a friend version of him, you know, as your friend lead, and hopefully that card would then be EZA'd at least to help you out. But yeah, post EZA, this guy is an absolute monster. He's going to be doing so much damage for you, and he can hold his own defensively pretty well. So, okay, so next up we have this Prime Battle Tech Cell First Form. So he does have the same name as the Transforming Cell, so you have to keep that in mind. You're only going to be able to use one of them on the team. So obviously, if this guy's your leader, then you won't be able to run him. But if you are running a different lead, or this guy is your lead, then you could certainly run the LR on your team. I would say that this guy is probably a better option than the AGL cell, because it's an EZA, so the AGL cell isn't going to have much time to build up to do impressive things for you. And then this guy's an LR, so he's going to be providing the legendary power link skill, and he's tech, which means he has type advantage in the event. So, yeah, for all those reasons, I think if you're just running them as a unit on the team, and you're trying to decide between the two of them, I would definitely run the tech one. He is probably going to be better. Okay, so then we have the AGL Android 17 and 18, the Friend Point units from the Friend Summon banner. So this guy post-EZA is pretty solid as well. Can definitely hold his own. Not too much to say about him, right? Can just hold his own offensively and defensively. Decent unit. Also an Android, right? So we'll be on the 200% portion of the leader skill. All these cards have been so far. Okay, so another Android unit. The Physical Cell here. Not a good leader, but a really solid unit. He'll do a lot of damage, and he can kind of hold his own defensively, so that's all we can really ask from these units, right? Okay, so here's a decent TUR option. You've got the Tech Android 17 and 18. You can definitely use their leader skill here. Worldwide Chaos and Future is actually going to allow you to have a pretty decent roster. Most of the best units on the Android Cell Saga category are on one or both of these. And then let's not forget about... Well, they're also tech, so they're going to have type advantage in the event, which is going to help them out defensively. They won't be doing a ton of damage unless you get like their full passive here and are selecting like more than 8 orbs. Then maybe, especially with a critical hit, then maybe they could do some damage. But I mainly wouldn't have them here for damage. They're here for their leader skill, potentially, if you're running them as a lead, because you can. And then also for this, to be able to delay a single targeted enemy's attack for 1 turn. And you can do that right out the gate, turn 1. So really, really awesome ability that's going to help you out in this event. You know, if you're getting killed, then having them on the team is going to help you out immensely. Especially if you have 2 of them, because then you could do each of their active skills, you know, on turn 1 and turn 2, assuming by turn 2 the enemy's HP is still above 35%. That could be pretty good for you. Okay, so another solid TUR option that we have here is the Android 19 and 20. They are a really, really good support unit for all of your Android category allies here. And they also absorb Ki Blast super attacks. So that's going to be really, really good for you. Okay, so that's why I have this unit pulled up here, because this is the unit you're going to be facing off against in the EZA, right? So for the first... okay, well, stages 1 through 3 are obviously going to be really easy, so let's not focus on those. But stage... yeah, stages like 1 through 6, those aren't too bad. Okay, so starting stage 7, 8, and 9, he has... You're facing off against this guy, right? The LR form. His 12 key super attack is a Ki Blast, and then his 18 key is not. I'm not actually sure which super attack you face in the EZA. I have no idea. I don't know if he's going to be hitting you with the 12 or the 18 key. So, but his 12 key is a Ki Blast super attack that would be able to be absorbed. And then starting from stage 10 onward, which obviously it's the last stage, but if anybody cared to go onward, then you're going to be facing off against his Super Saiyan 2 form here. And his Ultra Super attack is a Ki Blast Super. So it is consistent. That's the only thing that I would note, is that it either always launches 12 keys or it always launches 18 keys. So either way, you're going to be getting some benefit, because the Ki Blast is on 12 key for stages 7, 8, and 9, and then it's on 18 key from stages 10 on. So at one of those points, the Android 19 and 20 ability will be usable somewhere in there. So yeah, if you do know the answer to that, whether the enemies launch the 12 key at you or launch the 18 key at you, put that in the comments below. I would be curious to know. I might have to pay attention to that in the future and you know, keep track so I can learn a little bit more about Dokkan Battle. So yeah, another solid option here. Okay, so the last 2 units we have are the only super type units that we're going to be going over. So we have the Tech Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan here. Amazing unit. They're going to do so much damage in this EZA. Oh my goodness, they are so good. And they have type advantage as well, so they're probably going to do pretty well defensively, assuming you get 2 or 3 super attacks off with them and you're able to get the defense raises. And don't forget that they are an AoE unit, so you want to get as many key spheres as you can. Okay, so then last but not least, we've got the Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks here. They are another pretty solid option for you. They're not going to be amazing turn 1. I mean, they are an orb changer, so that's helpful, right? But they're only going to be like all right defensively. If you get their Ultra Super attack off, which would be very easy to do because they are giving you AGL orbs, right? They get that great defense raise, which is certainly going to be helpful. And then any additional super attacks beyond that are going to help raise your defense even more. So that can be nice. They are an LR, so you're still getting, you know, the legendary power link skill active, which is going to help them do a little bit more damage. And then if you get their full passive active, they have 16% damage reduction and some additional defense in here as well. Oh yeah, and if you get the 8 key spheres, then they do get a guaranteed additional. So they will be getting that guaranteed additional defense raise. Maybe these guys will be pretty solid defensively, like turn 1. And then obviously turn 3, if needed, if they're, you know, if you are getting kind of mollywopped here, then you can always use their exchange, which will give you the revive. So a free protected turn, which can be nice. Yeah, so that's basically it. Most of the best units on this category, at least the LRs, are extreme type rather than super type. So yeah, those are all the units that I had to go over. There are certainly still other units on the category that can be used, right? That wasn't like it. There are like other decent units. I just don't really like to point out many of the TURs unless they're like amazing offensively and defensively. So yeah, there weren't too many of those this time around. But yeah, so with that, let's go ahead and switch back to in-game, and we will take a look at the team builds I have put together. Alright, so there really weren't that many team builds for this one, as it is a pretty small category, and all of the units are basically like androids. We've got a few super type units that shake it up a little bit, but not much, right? So this is the first team build that I put together. This is the example of a full 200% androids team. Very, very solid, especially if you have the Int LR cell already Extreme Z Awakened, then this team is going to fly through this event with absolutely no problems. So this would be an example of just a generic Android Cell Saga team. So we do have a lot more options here, right? We're able to see the Tech LR cell come out because we're not using the AGL one as the leader, and then we're able to throw, you know, kind of mix between our best Extreme and Super class units that we've got here. And this way we're able to build a full LR team as well. And we do have the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan here, who won't be easy aid, but I think it's worthwhile. I think he is a pretty solid unit, but you know, obviously, any of the units on this team you could replace on there. Like maybe the Tech Androids would honestly be a better option than him, just because that unit is going to be providing so much for this EZA. And then the third and final option that I created is actually using the Tech Androids as a leader. You are able to make a full Worldwide Chaos Future Saga team here, and it is a pretty good one, as you can see. Most of the best units are still available for you. So yeah, and then in this way you would have 2 Tech Androids to be able to use 2 active skills and have potentially 2 turns of free Ghost Ushers. So, yeah, and when I beat this LR EZA with a full TUR team, because I usually beat Sage 10 with full TURs just to prove that you don't actually need LRs for these, then I will definitely be using them as my leader, right? Well, actually, no, I wouldn't, because the AGL cell is going to be a 200% leader, and they're on that team. So yeah, I'd probably honestly use him. But yeah, anyways, so that is going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with the like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We are trying our best to get to 400 subscribers, so please, if you haven't done it yet, click that red subscribe button and become a member of the channel today. That is going to do it for this one. I really gotta pee. I will see you guys later. Catch you in the next one. Peace.